Now I'd like to talk about some of our recent purchases and explore some of those options. Now, if this home doesn't represent value for money, then nothing does. So we bought this beautifully renovated 4-bedroom home on a massive 700 square meter block. The buyer plans to live in this home itself, so it's not necessarily an investment property. The internals are spacious, it's warm, it's beautiful. It's got a really inviting outdoor entertainment area with a pool. It's 22 kilometers from north of Perth CBD. It's less than 2 kilometers to the beach. Purchase price was $1,355,000, so a little bit higher, but at the same time for Perth, it's high, but for the rest of Australia, it's quite cheap. Rental estimate would be around $1,100 per week. So let's say about 4%, something like that, a little bit higher. And we love this property because it's a top location. It's a low maintenance property, above average rental yield, and it's got owner occupier appeal. Now, check out this massive 369 square meter house on a 607 square meter block in Brisbane. I mean, 369 square meter house, that's larger than most of the new blocks that I'm seeing in some of these outer western suburbs in Sydney. So it's pretty insane. We picked this up for a couple who had an all too familiar story. They are based in Sydney, and they couldn't justify spending the money on a home. So they decided to create a portfolio and continue renting in areas of Sydney that are considered very expensive. And the first of multiple purchases that we've done for them was this property in Brisbane. So this focuses more on capital growth. And when purchasing a property for capital growth, you need land and location. Unfortunately, that often translates into old, which can cause higher maintenance costs and lower rental yields. So this is why we sought out a recently renovated property to kind of counter those negative effects of buying an old property. Now, this is a classic Queenslander style property and the storage is insane. The footprint of the block is also very impressive, and it's going to serve our clients well over the years, as it's had an average increase in capital growth by about 7.35% per annum for the past 10 years, which is really impressive. 10 kilometers north of Brisbane CBD, so close, $1,020,000 purchase price. Rental is going to be about $800 a week, so about 4%, which is still above the average 3.6% for Australia as combined capitals, so I think that's good. And why do we love it? Again, it's a top location, that's what we always focus on, above average rental yield, owner-occupier appeal, it's recently renovated, and it's got a large land component to it, so it really does make sense. This one I kind of fell in love with. I was a little bit jealous when my client bought this. This is another Perth property close to the beach. Now, if you don't know Perth and you're from Sydney and you're one of those people that still doesn't like Perth, that's fine. But imagine Brighton Les Sands or kind of Sans Souci. Imagine the coastline for that area stretched for 150 kilometers, okay? And also the prices are 70% lower, okay? Just think about that. So this house is 300 meters to the ocean. I'll show you because you can see it straight from the bedroom. It's fully loaded, solid stone bench tops. It's got an under-mounted sink, top of the range 900mm appliances, Bosch dishwasher, all that type of stuff, double fridge recess, glass splashback, built-in pantry, breakfast bar, masses of storage. You've got everything you need. Look at this property. Now, a lot of clients, the beach is right there. A lot of clients, when we speak to them about buying a corner blocks for me are ideal because obviously you're always going to get that natural light from one side. But a lot of clients hate it because you've got to mow the lawn. I've got a corner block here where I live in Sydney, and it is a big job to mow my lawn. This is amazing because this is a corner block with no lawn. So it really is a bit of a unicorn. And we purchased this property due to the sweeping ocean views, strong rental yield, and low maintenance. And we were successful because we actually had a really good relationship with the agent. This is a beautiful low maintenance corner block. And like I said, no grass. Look how close it is to the water. That is the balcony. So you've got the ocean views there. That is just absolutely gorgeous. And they're not building anything here. Okay, it's a car park area. So it's just gorgeous. Internals are lovely. It is a modern beach house, 37 kilometers north of Perth CBD, $880,000. Okay, that's the price. We're getting an $850 per week rental yield or 5.02%. Now, I just want you to take this into account. This house is about $35,000 more expensive than the average 2-bedroom unit in Sydney. And I'm not talking about Sydney CBD. I'm talking about the average of Sydney, probably around 25 kilometres, okay, within that radius. So it is $35,000 more expensive than the average 2-bedroom unit in Sydney, but it's providing a 25% higher rental yield. Just let that sink in. Why do we love this property? I mean, you can tell I kind of love it. Top location. Look at it. It's modern, low maintenance, great appliances. It's fully decked out, above average rental yield, owner-occupier appeal. It's just a great property. I was really proud of my team for finding